Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today, a couple of church announcements first. Thing number one, AyChristene is going on the gaming channel. You do not want to miss. We are doing giveaways. We are doing premieres where you get to talk with some of the people I collabed with live in the premiere. You don't want to miss. Second thing, ain't no wig today because under this cap is a shower cap. You can hear it. Well, you probably can't hear it. I'm conditioning my hair. I'm deep conditioning my hair. So, no wig for the next X amount of videos because I record a lot at one time. So you're just going to still see the no wig. So if somebody's like, oh, where's the wig? Let them know. Deep conditioning my hair. And it's just going to look like that for days for you because I'm recording a bunch of videos at one time. Anything else? Ooh, I have a Twitter Spaces talk show that is on Twitter. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me at AyChristene. Check me out on Twitter. And be a part of the knowledge. It's been great. It's been actually freaking awesome. And I've been so over the moon excited about the support. Excuse me. Also, I dropped a storytime animation on the animation channel. I think that's everything. Today, we are checking out 70/Redecorating a dark web animated story. What a redecorating in dark web. I got to see how this comes together. This is by Nightmare Tales. Link is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
The name I'm about to tell you is an alias.
I forgot about this guy.
It's due to safety reasons.
Deep voice.
I can't disclose my real name.
Right.
So I'll identify myself as Smith in this story.
Okay.
What I'm about to tell you is a recollection of the numerous horrible events that happened to me when I was 19 years old.
Numerous?
I used to be a hacker when I was 16. I had a strong passion for the dark side of the internet. It started with little things like phishing and keylogging, but it didn't take long before I became a full-blown black hat hacker.
Oh, okay.
I was hired by people to intercept business transactions and steal the money from
I'm so silly. I thought he was like fishing. I was like dark web fishing. Like it was like, black market fish he's getting on the internet. Because I'm thinking like FISH, not PHISH, which is what he means. He means PHISH. That's the people that like send like phishing scams. It's like you click on an email and you click on the link and then you open it and now this person has access to your stuff and they can see a lot of stuff because they're fishing for information, which is very different than phishing. There's a difference. There is a difference.
From them. By doing this, I was inevitably led to the dark web. The more jobs I did, the more my reputation increased. And I dropped out of school and I moved out when I was 18.
Oh, wow.
I didn't keep in contact with my family.
Wow.
As I realized doing things like this would cause problems. But even knowing the dangers of doing it, I continued.
Of course,
as
you
I
didn't
loved
stop.
it. Well, I loved
The way
it.
he said, I loved
Till
it.
November 9th, 2011.
Oh, okay.
I was 19 at the time. I'd gotten a job to intercept a dealing between the Russian mob and a weapons dealer. So what I did was recreate a fake site on the dark web and pose as the actual dealer to get the money they were paying for the weapons.
Oh my goodness.
The procedure went as planned, like every other one I had done before. Now after taking the money, I gave it to the person who employed me, and I was given 10% as per the agreement.
Oh, so he was hired to do
now,
this.
I didn't know who the people who employed me were, and neither did they know who I was. As with dealing with anything on the dark side of the web, identities are always kept a secret.
Right.
After finishing the process, I remember my employer sending me a message that said, I suggest you run.
Oh my goodness.
It was a bit ominous, as nothing was said after that.
Right.
So then I asked, what do you mean?
Yeah.
My employer then replied, we've messed with the Russian mob. Nobody ever comes back from that. That's why no one accepted this job. And I was shocked when you did.
Wait, so what does that mean?
The last message my employer sent to me that night was, this is the last message I'll ever send to you. For safety reasons, we can't be in contact. The job is done, and thank you for your services. Now this was also a normal thing with communications on the dark web.
How would
once
they
the
know
job was
he
done,
did it?
there were no more pleasantries. I remember going to bed that night with the words of my employer ringing in my head. I suggest you run. So I decided to boost my security even more and take no chances. And after doing that, I felt completely safe. But there was still a part of me that knew I wasn't safe enough.
No, but like, how would they know?
After 2 weeks passed,
where you
I'd
were?
completely forgotten about the ordeal. That's when something odd happened.
What?
I'd gotten a message from my last employer, the one who I did the Russian job for. Now this was odd, as it had never happened before.
What?
And as I said, once a job was done, there were no more communications.
Okay.
But as soon as I saw the message, I knew it wasn't the same person, as it read, "The same way we found him is the same way we'll find you.
Oh my
The
goodness.
same way we made him suffer is the same way we'll make you suffer.
Oh my
We
goodness.
are coming."
Oh my gosh.
I felt my heart in my throat as fear filled me. I quickly relocated that week to another location.
Listen, I wouldn't mess
I'd been
with the
doing
Russian
these dark
mob.
web jobs for a while now, and I had plenty of money to be able to finance it.
Okay.
But on the day I moved, I had received my first package at my new apartment, and there was a note on it that read, "To celebrate your moving in, we give you..." And the
What's
last
that?
word was in Russian, so I had
no.
to Google it, and it meant
no.
confetti. I was
Confetti?
petrified to open the box, but I pushed myself to do it, and what I saw inside scarred me for life.
What?
At a first
What?
glance, it looked
What?
like shredded meat, but the more I looked, the more I realized it was a
Is it-
shredded human being.
Oh my goodness.
I could see some fingers
Oh
and
my
an eyeball
goodness.
in the box.
Oh my
I remember
goodness.
screaming as I backed away from the box.
Oh
I
my
didn't
gosh.
sleep there that night, and I booked a hotel. The fear was paralyzing, as I knew they were following me.
Yes,
but I didn't
because
want
they
to
went
die.
to your new place.
So I
They went to your new
decided to
place.
keep moving. I jumped from hotel to hotel before I found a discreet place to stay, and this time nothing happened for a few days.
Okay.
It wasn't even a week before I got another box.
At the new
This time
apartment?
the note read, "Even with all these fingers, I can't count how much you stole from us.
Oh
Maybe
my
you
goodness.
can count." And there was another word in Russian. It
Okay.
meant happy counting. This
oh my
time,
goodness.
I didn't need to open the box to know what was inside.
Right. Obviously, it's
But I
fingers. Why'd you do
And I
it?
saw
Why would you do it?
16 bloody fingers all piled on top of each other.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I felt like I had hit a dead end.
Hold on.
I couldn't go to the...
Whose fingers are those? Because you have 10, right? So if they were the fingers of his employer, then whose other 6 fingers are there? Did they just have this on hand? Do they have like freezers of bodies that they just keep for like situations like this where they just cut up fingers? Or were these people that they currently killed and they're like, oh, you know what, throw those fingers, oh, we killed that guy, okay, yeah, just throw those fingers in that box because we're gonna send it to that other guy. Like, are they a multitasking type of group? These are questions I have that I don't really want the answers to, but these are just questions that come up. I mean, I'm not gonna ask them that question. I don't need to know. I don't need to know.
Cops, as I wasn't exactly an outstanding citizen. And I didn't know what else to do, as moving
Also
to
true.
different apartments clearly wasn't working.
And I mean,
So I decided to move to another state.
okay.
Doing all of this made me so stressed as I was losing a lot of money.
Whoa, to New
and a lot
York
of sleep.
State? Because
But I was determined
there's
not
mad
to be
Russians
found.
up there. Russian
I
mob,
eventually
Italian
moved to a place
mob.
where no one knew me. I had stopped hacking, and I decided to live off the earnings I had made.
Irish mob.
A month passed by, and I thought I was safe. But coming home one night, I saw a letter on the floor at my door.
Someone's babushka
time
spotted
it
you
read,
and told,
"Since you've been moving a lot, we knew you wouldn't have time for..." Another
what?
damn Russian word,
goodness.
which translated to redecorating. I opened my door to see my house decorated in human body parts. The arm of a child was hanging above my fireplace.
No,
Human legs were placed
no.
on my table,
Oh
and
my
human
gosh.
hands were dangling from the ceiling fan.
Oh my goodness.
The more I looked, the worse it got, as my home now looked like a house of horrors.
Did you call
I
the
couldn't
cops
take
now?
it anymore.
Call the
and I had a
cops.
mini mental breakdown. I
Call
fell
the
to the floor
cops.
screaming, and as I was about to get up,
Uh-huh.
I heard a voice that pulled me out of my head.
What?
"I love seeing a man break."
Oh my goodness.
The voice had a thick accent.
Oh my
And
goodness.
before I could turn around, a searing
Oh.
pain shot through my body as the blade of a machete connected with my shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
Instinctively, I got up from the floor and turned to face my attacker.
Oh my
I
goodness.
couldn't see his face, but from his silhouette I could tell he was a huge man.
Well, yeah.
You stole from the wrong people, kid.
Oh, dear.
Judging from how many times you've moved, I'm assuming you don't have the money. I was told to find you, break you, and then take you back in pieces.
Oh,
and
my
I've done
goodness.
all that, aside from the last part.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
brace yourself, kid.
Oh, dear.
And that's exactly what I did. As he rapidly came at me, I held tight to the table as I switched direction, and he twisted towards me, the slick blood under his feet causing him to slip and crack his head on the mantel.
Oh, my gosh.
As he fell to the floor, I bolted out of the house.
Okay, call
and
the
into
cops.
the cold
You should call the cops
streets
now.
below.
You should call the cops now.
I was
think,
tired of running.
I think you should call the cops.
So I took my injured, blood-stained self into the police station,
Oh, okay.
as
All
I
right.
had nowhere else to go.
GG.
I was taken straight to the hospital, and I told them everything. Detectives were dispatched to investigate, and for the next few weeks, I was under the protection of the cops.
Not
Soon
the FBI
after,
or CIA?
I was sat down with a senior inspector and was told just how lucky I was to be alive after getting into some really deep trouble with some really bad people.
Right.
They were notorious for torturing and killing those who crossed them or got in their
As
way.
you could tell, because all the stuff
I
you've been
remember
sending.
saying,
Also, what did he
at
do
least
with
nothing
the
happened
box?
to me, and I got out with my life. And that's when the inspector looked at me in shock and said, "So, you don't know?" I was
What?
confused, and I asked him,
Are those
"Is
his
there
family
something
members?
I'm supposed to know?"
Oh crap! Are those his
And
family
that's
members?
when he gave me
Oh
the
no!
horrific news.
Oh no! Was
He
that
went
his
on
family?
to tell me, "The bodies that were retrieved from every place you moved to were identified, and each of them was a member of your family.
No.
The shredded corpse was identified as your mother. The fingers found belonged to your siblings.
Oh my
and the
gosh!
The bodies used to decorate your house were all parts of your cousins, aunties, and even your
gosh.
grandparents.
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, but they wiped out your entire family
Oh my
trying to
goodness!
get to you." I began to cry as regret filled me.
Goodness.
I didn't know.
Oh
I had lost
my
contact with them,
goodness.
and I truly believed the bodies had belonged to strangers.
I
As
guess
I
that
cried,
answers our questions.
I realized that I had single-handedly ruined the lives of every one of my family members, and I was condemned to bear the guilt for the rest of my days.
and jail time, I'm sure.
10 years have passed since this incident, and I've been living under witness protection. I'm completely alone, depressed, and I'm left with nothing but a huge scar on my shoulder as a souvenir from my past. I decided to anonymously tell my story in hopes of finding some relief, but even then it's changed nothing, as I still carry the guilt. To whoever is seeing this, don't mess with the dark web. But I know human beings are curious creatures, and they're bound to
they?
check it out.
They could
Well,
do
that's
that
your
themselves.
choice. But if you aren't careful, one day you may be the one telling a story similar to mine.
Oh my goodness. First off, like I said, awesome props to the narrator, because the way that voice and the narration is just good. Is this a real story? This sounds like a movie. This sounds like a freaking movie. Someone should definitely make this movie. Sad thing, which is kind of funny but not funny, the person who wrote this story can't claim the story because they're under witness protection. So a studio could totally just steal their story and just change a couple bits and then let's make a movie, you know? Because the person can't, claim it in court because you risk them finding you now. Wow. I was like, man, where are you getting these 16 fingers? His boss had has 10, at maybe 9 if he had an accident when he was a kid, maybe 8, okay? But at most 10. Where are they getting these fingers from? And it was his freaking siblings. That is crazy. And all the limbs and all that stuff. They shredded his freaking mother. Found his mother, put her through a wood chipper. And this is the crazy thing. They knew where he was. They knew where he was. Each of the places he moved to, they knew exactly where he was. And their mindset isn't just like, hey, I'm going to get you. They're psychologically torturing you by letting you know, like, hey, I want you to know that I know where you are. I know that you moved. And I know you ain't got the money now. And I know you ain't got all the stuff to redecorate what you need, right? They knew enough. The way that they toyed with his emotion and his mental health that way, right? And this is not in defense of what he did, because what he did was obviously messed up and it's stupid, the Russian mob. And he's like, okay, I'll hack it, I'll take the money. Nah, person. I was gonna say a different word. Non-ninja, don't do that ish, okay? That aside, right? The fact that they like the cojones you have to psychologically torture somebody because you knew where they were each time, and then also murder their family members and chop them up or shred them and send them back to that person as a gift. Because you could have went to him, at the top of the movie, could have went to him, fought him, killed him, call it a day. But you were like, no. I'm going to make sure that you understand the fear of knowing who you messed with. And then only to find out at the end that it was his freaking family members. Because when the guy said you didn't know, and I was like, wait, what? That's when I was like putting it together. Oh, it's his family. Oh, crap. Moral of the story, do not mess with the dark web and do not steal from any mob, any gang, any mafia, insert name mob here. Like, don't mess with that ish. Don't even be like, well, I wonder what'll happen. Nah, ninja, okay? If this is a real story, which I kind of feel like it is, I feel like something like this happens. The only thing though is if they were able to trace where he was each time, how are they not able to do that with the witness protection? I'm kind of feeling like they still know where he is. They just may be biding their time or giving them time, unless it was just that guy that actually attacked. But I doubt that it was a one guy thing. I doubt wholly and completely that one guy had time to go kill his family, cut him up, then send it to him, then come and actually not send it to him, bring it to his house, leave notes, break into his house and do all that stuff. That there's no way that one man, I know Baba Yaga exists to people, but I know that guy ain't Baba Yaga, okay? But like so he has a team, so I think they still know where he is. That guy, prayers to him and his safety. But goodness. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like that video, check out the link in the description box below to support Nightmare Tales. If you like this video, click the like out of that like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies.